Yo, what up? What up? How you guys doing today? Hope all is well. Hope everybody is feeling righteous. What's up? It's your boy Elijah, Music Man in the building. I've been having this subject on my mind for a minute. I'm gonna just get right into it. Look, somebody been drinking like they've been drinking, getting a Pacifico on. I heard that. I'm not really a beer drinker, so especially out here early in the morning. Just came to drop this video real quick. Check out the subject matter. It's all about matters. It's all about what matters to you. That third, fourth, fifth dimension life. I really believe that I'm living in a fifth dimension because certain things in life just don't matter. You know what I mean? And when something doesn't matter to you as much, that means you pay less of attention to it, and it helps to control your blood pressure. You can keep worry down. When you're living in fifth dimension, to me just means a higher state of mind, a higher state of being. The things that matter to the third level people, meaning the lower level thinking people, not saying anything bad about anybody, means that they're paying more attention to the surface things of life, the job, the car, to this, to that. If something happened, they get all shook up quick. I used to be that person, but I asked God for a change. I wanted that change. And I believe when I say I asked God, meaning I asked the Creator for, a different points of views in life that helps me stay healthier, helps me think more better and more clearer, helps me to know that these material things come and go. And it helps you to stay balanced without, falling by the wayside from every little thing that takes place in life, every little mistake, every little, even when you're growing, even when you got $20 in the bank, or if you got 20,000, or if you got 20 million in the bank, you can still handle life with a clear conscience and a clear mind. You know what I mean? So this is what the fifth dimensional thinking is for me. But I did want to touch on this subject. This subject that I want to touch on today is talking about better. That am I better than you? Are you better than me? I wanted to get into that today. What falls up under somebody thinking that they're better, or me thinking that I'm better than you, in one way or another. These are the subjects that fall up under I'm better than you. You have racism is basically at the top of the list. You have this racism, and then you have the skin color thing, you have the educational thing, you have this personality thing. And personality, can vary because, your personality can be nasty, or it can be, you can have a great personality. So that just, but it just doesn't mean that you're better than someone. So let me get back into the racial part of it, because that's at the top of the list. I've never been one to feel comfortable with thinking that I'm better than anybody. I've never been one to feel comfortable with racism or prejudice. I've never been one to feel comfortable with this neighborhood being better than that neighborhood. I've never been one to be comfortable with people living on different levels and having different better opportunities than other people. I've never been a part of that. So I believe I came to the planet to create balance within myself first, and then teach it and preach it to others. Just give the wisdom and knowledge of it to others, so that we can all, eventually flow together with our mind states and with our state of being on the planet. So, as you can see, a lot of people are talking about it. There's a movement towards people are just waking up. People are realizing that. I posted something on Facebook the other day. I said, if a rich man, or if a rich person commits suicide, then that means that nothing is more powerful than love. You know what I mean? Because you can have a lot of money, but then that the money I remember my dad saying, when you get a lot of money, don't tell nobody, because they're gonna be coming after you. You know, that's true to a certain extent, but then it's up to me if I'm gonna let that matter to me, if I'm gonna let people bug me about something that I have that they want. It's a lot of things that I have now that people want. It's a lot of things that people, you know, some people have some things that I want, but I'm not gonna violate them in order to get it. So back to this thing about being better. You know, it's no, to me in my world, you know, even in the Bible it says every man should think, no man should think of himself more highly than he ought to, but we should all think of ourselves with sober judgment. Meaning, you shouldn't think of yourself better than anybody else, because you don't know where this person has come from, where they're going. You know, you never know. There have been people that have worked jobs. There have been people that have been on the planet. They looked at other people as like being homeless or what have you, and then next thing you know, this person is rich. But this person kept you know, even with the money, they kept the mentality of balance. They kept a balanced mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because once you go to the fifth dimension in your mind, which means that upper level thinking where you know that these things, you're going to leave everything here and nothing matters. Things and material things only matter. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. We're going to have them. We're going to have material things, but can you handle it? Or can I handle it? Is where it all starts and ends. So me, at this point, I know that I'm ready for money. I was talking to Marcel the other day, and he was like, man, you know, sometimes not having a bunch of money is a blessing. I was like, I know, because I made a video, and there's songs about too much can kill you if you're not ready for it. You know, I think that I know right now, I got about 5 books inside of me right now that I just want to write. But I know that there's a time for it. I'm not going to be so hard on myself. When that time comes, I got multi-million dollar ideas in my head right now. And of course I'm putting it out there, but you know, we gotta, you know, what I'm doing now is I'm praying for the resources. Praying for the resources to get to the people that can do something with the ideas. I'm gonna say something that I wasn't going to say. I was going to keep this to myself. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get it out today. I'm going to get it out today for real. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I feel that liberty to say this right now. All right, so look, let me tell you how manifestation works on the upper level thinking. Let me tell you how it works. All right, so look, I've been working on a show called Grey's Anatomy for a long time as a background extra, right? I've been working on the show for a while. You know, for years, man. As a matter of fact, I done played a doctor, I done played a paramedic, I done played police officers, I done played, you know, as a background extra, I done played paramedics in windstorms. I mean, really acting, just without words. I mean, I'm background, so it's not words, but I'm really acting. You know what I'm saying? But one of the stars from Grey's Anatomy, let me tell you how this works. One of the stars from Grey's Anatomy, I met up with this, I was doing some security, right? I'm doing some security. I'm one of the head security guys because I was shoulder ropes at the end of the, I was shoulder ropes. It was at the Eddie Murphy premiere. I ran into Snoop Dogg. Let me say this because I'm excited. Look, I listened to Tracy Morgan show on the Breakfast Club, the one we have the big chain on. I listened to that show about at least 30, 40, 50 times without exaggeration. That's how many times I listened to that show. Tracy Morgan. I shook Tracy Morgan's hand that night I did security. As a matter of fact, I was escorting him and the people that he was with to their cars. He reached out and he shook my hand. The energy's connected, right? Let me tell you another thing I did. This was something else. One of the stars from Grey's Anatomy. I've been actually hoping for I've been actually hoping for a spot on that show just as a background, maybe get a line or two, maybe, I don't know. I've been hoping to get work on the show. See, I'm not trying to be a star, like this movie star, like, but don't get me wrong. I've been infatuated with a decent level of thinking with just the animation of Hollywood. When I was little, I loved to act. I loved to make believe. I loved Universal Studios. It was just that animation has always been in me to make believe and be on TV and do. That's why I'm an artist. I'm a singer. I'm a songwriter. All of that. So it's always been in me. It's not about. Some people are not in it to be like, oh, I want to be a model. Why? Why? So people can look at me. Why? Because I'm cute. I'm pretty. It's like, okay, well, so what? You know what I mean? There's a lot of beautiful. Like I tell my sons, like I tell my kids, it's like, there's always going to be somebody just as beautiful as you are. So just, embrace your beauty and compliment others. That way that jealousy won't creep in to where you think you just, think of yourself soberly to where, there's always, just as well as some in the eyes of someone else, you're beautiful. You're going to see people of both sex, animals, humans, male, female, that are going to be beautiful in your eyes. That's just how life is. That's why you escape. That's how you escape jealousy, being jealous of people. Dude, it's going to be somebody that look like you, somebody with eyes better than yours, somebody with, there's something, oh, that's, I mean, but so why get jealous? You didn't create that person. That's God's creation right there. And accept it and enjoy and compliment and keep moving. So that's the level I live on, and that's the level I live on and think on, and that's the level I teach my kids and people that come within my path that I actually can talk to. I teach them the same thing. But let me get back to this though. So anyway, I worked on that show for years, played different parts, really acting, really exercising, running upstairs, playing search and rescue men, all the whole nine. I done played a lot of different roles on the show, right, as a background extra. So anyway, I'm at this premiere, I'm doing security, I'm one of the head security guys that night, right? So I run into the star of Grey's Anatomy, one of the stars. I'm gonna just say one of the stars. I run into one of the stars and I recognize him. None of the other security guards did, because what we do is our jobs was to take the stars, escort them to their cars, through the police and through all the fans, and you know what I'm saying, make sure they get to their cars and safely, without a bunch of people running up on them asking for autographs and all that. Even though it was people, wait a minute, God. It was one lady, she was just like that though. She ran in front of Eddie Murphy, took her picture. Wait a minute, I gotta take a picture. So she had a little selfie thing, and she was just, you couldn't just push the lady out the way. So anyway, it's people that are like that. So anyway, that happened. But I recognized one of the stars from Grey's Anatomy after working on the show for so long, and I was like, "Hey," I walked up to him. I said, "Hey, gentlemen, check, a gentleman, Mr. Whatever." I called. I said, "Right this way. We're gonna take you guys out this way. I got a spot for you guys. Follow me." And they was like, oh, they was on it because it was a lot of people. So you had the people that you recognize, you take them and you get them to a safe destination, out of the way of people crowding them, so that they can get to their cars and do what they need to do. So if they wanted to stay there and kick back and take pictures, and cool. But the ones that really wanted to get away, you took. So I actually recognized this guy, got him, took him to his car. He gave me a tip. And I complimented him on the speech that he gave. And he said, "Man, I kind of know you from somewhere." I said, "Yeah, man, I worked on a show, Grey's Anatomy, which we walked right past each other. You actually spoke to me." You know what I'm saying? So just manifesting, thinking like, and then both the dudes, the dude that he was with, kind of like a big dude. The dude was like, "Man, what's up, bro?" He was like, "Man, I like you," or something. He was like, "Man, you cool, man, that's cool, man." And he gave me a hug. And then the other dude gave me a hug and he gave me a tip. The one of the stars from the show. So it was like, how you manifest things is something else, man. It's something else. I've done countless hours on TV. I can't even count no more. I've been on I'm on TV almost just about every day, really, on some show, playing something, but it's because I'm not a movie star. I'm a human being on the planet with other human beings that do the same thing that I do. Some are more, some are larger has been in it longer, been doing it longer with lines and been on TV longer, and some are just, like me, just regular people that come to and love animation and love acting and love the whole art of entertainment. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So back to what I was saying, to conclude what I was saying, is that to me, nobody is better than nobody, man. You walk past people all day with that "I'm better than you" energy, and it's ugly. You can feel it, you can see it. It's ugly, man. You can be the most beautiful person on the planet, but it's ugly. It is ugly, man. One of the most ugliest things you can ever see in your life is when somebody think more highly of themselves than they ought to when it comes to another human being that they don't even know. It's one of the ugliest things in the world to me. So anyway, I'm in a spot. I'm finna go get it in and do what I do. Pray for me one day at a time. Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm talking to myself. Don't be so hard on yourself. If it's time for you to kick back, if it's time for you to write, if it's not time for you to write, don't get mad at yourself. If it's time for you to, whatever it's time for you to do, ask your angel guides to guide you today. Make your day straight. Make your life right. Enjoy the day today. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. It's a choice in the mind, whether we're going to enjoy the day or we're going to let our mind and thoughts take us out of enjoyment. So, keep your head up. Please subscribe to the channel. I can see the channel growing. I don't do much editing. I'm going to start doing all of that good stuff once I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Once I feel like it, and once I see, the channel growing and everything. So it's about time for me to start touching, doing some touchies. It's about time for me to, do some touching. So it's all good. But God bless you guys, man. Keep your head up. This stuff is real. The way we think, the way we live, the way we love, the mistakes, the overcome, the undercome, the learning experience, everything. This is all real until the day we leave these bodies behind. It's up to you to, do the best that you can to enjoy your life. Blessings to you. And I always say, so what? God bless you. Love you, man. For real. Elijah Efron in the building.